Put this on. I'll wait till some people hop on. I got a great question that was asked today. Let me put this, hold on. We'll wait till some people come on. And when you do join, would love to hear where you're checking in from and what's going on with your back and your body. All right, so I'm going to jump right into it. So I got a question in the comment section today on our program. It said, you are saying your program relief back pain relief, or they said it differently. Anyways, you're saying your program back pain relief for life only if we continue to do the exercises. So what happens when we stop doing the exercises? All that pain returns. It's like plaster for a saw. I need a permanent cure for these issues and not just temporary pain relief though. So that's a great question. And so for those of you suffering out there right now, if you're dealing with back pain, first off, go ahead and let us know where you're checking in from. But if you're dealing with back pain, you want to fix the root of the issue. And that's the whole goal of our program. And so most people are using Band-Aid approaches to fix the problem. A Band-Aid approach would be an outside force, right? If you go to somebody to pop your back, the change isn't happening inside your body. And the pain is most likely stemming from what you're doing daily or what you're not doing. So for example, this question helps me understand that she doesn't understand how the body works. So exercise is essential, right? Exercise is just to maintain health. Like walking, you heard the 10,000 steps a day. That's just to maintain your health. That's not to improve on your health. That's not to make yourself stronger and better. And what we're seeing is actually people are just getting weaker and weaker and weaker because of their sedentary lifestyle. And what happens when you get weaker and you're not firing certain muscles? Guess what happens? Pain shows up. Pain is your friend. It's actually telling you that something's wrong, that you need to take action on something. And one of the things most people need to take action on when they're dealing with pain is they're not exercising. They're not strengthening their body. And the biggest thing about not strengthening your body is your muscles are going to get weaker and weaker, and the ones that support your hips, your pelvis, and your spine are not going to be doing their job. And therefore, there's going to be more stress on your lower back and your discs, and there's going to be more damage. You compound that with a sedentary lifestyle. You compound that with moving incorrectly daily, like bending over to pick things up and not having the core integrity. You're asking for pain and damage. So the only thing we do is teach people what not to do and then exercises to do. And the great thing about it is these exercises will actually get you root level relief. I just shared the other day of a person who came into our facility, did our program for 3 times a week for 3 weeks, and her pain was gone. She came back to our facility to do another assessment because she wanted to join our regular fitness program. 5 years later, and her back pain was gone from doing it 3 times a week for 3 weeks. And when she needed to, she did it maintenance-wise. She just did our program. So every time you do strength training or some type of strength program, it's like putting money in the bank. Every time you're doing a bad movement and you're not working out to strengthen the area, you're taking money out of the bank. So where are you? Are you in debt right now? And are you doing credits or debits daily? So that's what you want to think about. You want to think about, hey, am I doing something that's improving my body? Is it making me more flexible? Is it making me stronger? Or is it making me weaker? Right? So our program is a base level program just to strengthen and stretch and mobilize areas that need it. Once you've done that, that's just the groundwork, because you can get relief from that. But will you sustain it? Well, if you're not doing anything, no. If you're continuing to do the movements that cause the pain in the first place, then no, it's going to come back. If you're sitting down 8 hours a day without doing strengthening exercises, you're going to end up with pain. It's that simple. And so, we see it everywhere in everybody's life. Like when they come in, They do exercises specific for the back pain. Their back pain goes away. They continue to do strength training. Not only does their back pain not come back, but then they lose 20, 30, 40 pounds sometimes 60 we've seen, and they have more lean muscle, more strength, and that's really where the transformation is. So the pain in the back is really just a sign and a symptom of things that you're doing wrong or not doing. It's just that simple. It's either you're doing something that is not good, or you're doing stuff, you should be doing something like exercising, you should be walking, or you shouldn't be sitting all day. And I don't like to use shoulds because it's with judgment, but the reality of the situation is most people are in pain because they haven't strengthened the areas that need to be strengthened. We've gotten weaker as a society. You know, back in the day, we were carrying pails of water and lifting up rocks, and we were outside all day, and we were in the sun, and we were eating food straight from the earth. And really, that's what we need to get back to. That's one of our core messages is doing the groundwork, which is staying connected to the earth, right? We used to move a lot. We're not moving as much anymore. We eat real food. We're not eating real food. We're sitting down all day. We don't even know how to move anymore. Most people can't even squat in a regular squatting position, something that we've been doing for thousands and thousands of years just to go to the bathroom. People above 50 can barely get into a squatting position in the US. And above 40, actually, I should say. Like, if I ask somebody to squat and do a full squat, like if you had to go to the bathroom in the woods, most people can't do that today. That's not normal. Their joints are too stiff. They don't have mobility in the hips. They don't have ankle mobility. So we're watching as society gets into a more sedentary lifestyle, as they're being removed from the things that made us stronger and better, they're physically getting weaker, and we're starting to see more back pain. We're starting to see the back actually change. Right? You're seeing hyperkyphosis, where you're seeing kids now and they're literally hunched over because they've been sitting at a tablet for 5-6 hours a day. So it is that serious. And I've seen this as far back as 10 years ago with kids, and their spines are totally screwed up because they're in the formation process. So the way to prevent that is strength training. You start with something like our back program because that will give you the foundation. If you don't do something like our back program, you won't have the integrity to do the stuff that's even harder than that, right? So if you can't activate your abs, your transverse abdominis, then you will not be able to squat or deadlift properly. You won't be able to pick something up correctly without putting too much stress on your back. So just to get back to answering the questions, would I have to do these exercises for the rest of my life, or will it fix the root of the issue? The answer to that really is it all depends on what you're doing. We have people that do it once or twice and the back pain's gone. We have people that do it for 3 weeks and then the back pain's gone. Some people have to use it maintenance-wise because what they're doing daily is recreating more pain, so they use it as a maintenance program. But here's the thing, if you do it 3 times a week for like a month to a month and a half, after that, you should be good to go and ready to move on to strength training that will make things a lot easier and build the foundation of getting stronger and less pain. So I hope you guys found this helpful. Revert back to how we used to live. Let's just say 100 years ago, and your life and health would get way better. Eat food that's coming from the earth. Do movement that we used to do, like farmers used to pick up barrels of hay. You know, do those things. We've gotten weaker. Like, you have to start small, and you start with something like our back program, and then you build on it, because you can't just jump into lifting barrels of hay now if you haven't been doing anything for 10 to 15 years, or even 3 years. You have to start with very basic movements and then build yourself up from that foundation so that you will prevent yourself from having injury and pain. And that's what we expertise in. That's the basis of what we do. So I hope you guys found this helpful. You know, there's a lot of people suffering from back pain out there, and I know it's not necessary. It's just education. They need a little bit more information, and they're not getting the information they need from the doctors because the doctors don't really know, right? The doctors just know medication, MRI, and like refer you out, and the less invasive stuff is decreasing more, and the more invasive stuff is getting recommended more, which is not how it's supposed to be. So you want to start with exercises. If you're dealing with back pain and you haven't done a lot of exercising to try to help yourself, that's where you want to start. So that's kind of my rant for the day, and I hope you guys have a great day.